deadlines and the locations involved. Jay-Z's legal team said that his accuser was required, but failed to address the issues specified in the letter within a period of 5 business days. And in this video, we're going to talk about Jay-Z's legal team saying that the accuser was required to address the issue specified in a letter that they had sent to the court, and the accuser has failed to reply, which means that they are exposing another failure on Tony Buzbee's end. Now, if you guys are not aware, Jay-Z is embroiled in a lawsuit, and the accuser accused Jay-Z and Diddy of R-word when she was 13 years old, allegedly. Now, Tony Buzbee is representing Jay-Z's accuser, and in a court document filed on December 30th by Jay-Z's legal team, led by attorney Alex Spiro, attorney said that Jay-Z sent the plaintiff a message on December 19th, flagging a number of issues they felt spurred a dismissal of the case, citing a combo of technicalities, expired deadlines, and the locations involved. Jay-Z's legal team said that his accuser was required, but failed to address the issues specified in the letter within a period of 5 business days, a time frame which concluded December 27th. So, in simpler terms, Jay-Z's legal team sent a letter to his accusers, right? And they pointed out the inconsistencies, which Tony Buzbee should have replied to within 5 business days. The deadline was December 27th. Tony Buzbee failed to give a reply, and they're saying now that's one of the main grounds to have the case dismissed. Tony Buzbee failed to reply on the behalf of his client. So another inconsistency of Tony Buzbee is being highlighted by Jay-Z's legal team. Now, if you guys remember in the video that I did yesterday, former federal prosecutor Naima Ramani told Newsweek that, if Tony Buzbee had done his legwork to verify the victim's details, Tony Buzbee could have put forward a better case on the behalf of his client. And because there's so many inconsistencies in the case, it could be where the jurist argues that it means that she's telling a lie, and for them to rule it out as inconsistencies and honest mistake, Tony Buzbee would have to have really good supporting arguments. Now, after that, Tony Buzbee clapped back at this former federal prosecutor, Naima Ramani, and saying that, this person is just being arrogant. And you can't tell a former federal prosecutor that they're being arrogant, because remember that just as how Tony Buzbee is a seasoned attorney, former federal prosecutor is also a seasoned individual who has worked on several of these cases and have witnessed the outcome. So as such, Tony Buzbee doesn't like to acknowledge the fact that he's wrong and he is consistently failing his client, because that is exactly what he's doing. He's consistently failing his client, and every opportunity that Alex Spiro gets, he's going to expose Tony Buzbee's inconsistencies and consistent failure on the behalf of a client. So Tony Buzbee not responding to this is a major issue, and you can literally tell that the case will be tossed, because he should have replied within 5 business days. The deadline was December 27th. He failed to reply, and as such, they are using this as an argument for the case to be dismissed. Tony Buzbee should have addressed the issue specified in the letter, and he did not. So the case is going to be dismissed. It's no if, no buts, because what the court is going to look at, it can't be an oversight. You were sent the letter and you failed to address the specified details in the letter. So definitely, I think they're going to draw it out, but at the end of it all, it will be dismissed. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know.
Tony Buzbee, you out here fucking up. That's what you're doing. You out here fucking up. You trying to be on the gram and shit like you 19, 20. You spending all day on the goddamn internet. You ain't filing what you supposed to be filing, which is a response. You supposed to clean up them inconsistencies. How you gonna clean it up though? How you gonna clean it up? How do you clean up the inconsistencies?
That they had sent to the court.
Play that back
And
till I get
the
some more people up in
accuser
here though,
has
man. Got one
failed
person in
to
here. Hit
reply,
the like button.
which means that they are exposing another failure on Tony Buzbee's end. Now, if you guys are not aware, Jay-Z is embroiled in a lawsuit, and the accuser accused Jay-Z and Diddy of our word when she was 13 years old,
Hit the
allegedly.
like button.
Now, Tony Buzbee is representing Jay-Z's accuser, and in a court document filed on December 30th by Jay-Z's legal team, led by attorney Alex Spiro, attorney said that Jay-Z sent the plaintiff a message on December 19th, flagging a number of issues they felt spurred a dismissal of the case, citing a combo of technicalities, expired deadlines, and the locations involved. Jay-Z's legal team said that his accuser was required, but failed to address the issues specified in the letter within a period of 5 business days.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Just make sure they hit the like button. Fuck with me. Stop fucking with me. Just make sure they hit the like button. Let me see something. What we got here? Let's see what we got here.
Time frame, which concluded December 27th. So, in simpler terms, Jay-Z's legal team sent a letter to his accusers, right? And they pointed out the inconsistencies,
what's going on, my
which
bro?
Tony Buzbee should have replied to within 5 business days. The deadline was December 27th. Tony Buzbee failed to give a reply, and they're saying now that's one of the main grounds to have the case
Going on.
dismissed.
Blessings. Happy New
Tony
Year, my nigga.
Buzbee failed to reply on the behalf of his client. So another inconsistency of Tony Buzbee is being highlighted by Jay-Z's legal team. Now, if you guys remember in the video that I did yesterday, former federal prosecutor Naima Ramani told Newsweek that, if Tony Buzbee had done his legwork to verify the victim's details, Tony Buzbee could have put forward a better case on the behalf of his client. And because there's so many inconsistencies in the case, it could be where the jurist argues that it means that she's telling a lie. And for them to rule it out as inconsistencies and honest mistake, Tony Buzbee would have to have really good supporting arguments. Now, after that, Tony Buzbee clapped back at this former federal prosecutor, Naima Ramani, and saying that, this person is just being arrogant. And you can't tell.
My nigga, why you sitting right here not filling out what you supposed to be filling out, my boy? Why you ain't filling out the shit? You too busy in the spotlight. You feel me? You on vacations and shit. You forgetting to fill out shit. Yet again, there you go, failing your client. You failing this young lady, man. She can't get no justice because of you. What's going on? If you ain't hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button. Yeah. How the fuck they not gonna throw this case out now? She just granted what she granted yesterday. Turn around. Jay-Z lawyer point out some other shit like, oh, they ain't even give us the, they didn't even meet the deadline on what they were supposed to fill out with changing up these stories. They were supposed to fix the inconsistencies, aka the lies. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't do so. You bringing in the year fucked up, Tony Buzbee.
tell the former federal prosecutor that they're being arrogant, because remember that just as how Tony Buzbee is a seasoned attorney, former federal prosecutor is also a seasoned individual who has worked on several of these cases and have witnessed the outcome. So as such, Tony Buzbee doesn't like to acknowledge the fact that he's wrong and he is consistently failing his client, because that is exactly what he's doing. He's consistently failing his client.
Yeah, man.
And every opportunity that Alex Spiro gets, he's going to expose Tony Buzbee's inconsistencies and consistent failure on the behalf of a client. So Tony Buzbee not responding to this is a major issue, and you can literally tell that the case will be tossed, because he should have replied within 5 business days. The deadline was December 27th. He failed to reply, and as such, they are using this as an argument for the case to be dismissed. Tony Buzbee should have addressed the issue specified in the letter, and he did not. So the case is going to be dismissed. It's no if, no buts, because what the court is going to look at, it can't be an oversight. You were sent the letter and you failed to address the specified details in the letter. So definitely, I think they're going to draw it out,
Man, you too busy out there burning bitches and carrying on like I said, you parading around the internet like you 19, you trying to get famous off the whole deal, you fucking up. You trying to get some fame off the shit and you fucking up. What the hell you doing, Tony Buzbee? Then this nigga. What this nigga gotta say?
Your boy Diddy, he back in the news, man. How you feel about what him and Jay-Z being accused of?
Well, when I first heard the conversation, when I first heard the allegations, I said to myself, that's 2000, that's when I was there. And so I got to read what was said and how it went down and everything like that. And then first of all, I start seeing some inconsistency. But I don't want to, criticize the victim or the person that said that they was a victim, but some of the statements and some of the things that I heard was incorrect. As far as I know what we did at that time. First of all, we did not use limousines. We used SUVs in 2000.
Come on, bro. It's just too much pointing to this particular incident didn't happen, man. I don't know what the fuck these people out here seeing that I don't see. I don't never remember being slow. I don't do drugs. None of that. I'm seeing what the fuck I see. You got the man that was there. He said he was there. We didn't even fuck with limos. I just did a video on this. What the fuck is this? 85, Muhammad Ali, Eddie Murphy type shit, limos. This is Diddy, 2000, the height of his career. He got the bad bitch at the time, J-Lo. No limousine, nigga. We hopping out SUVs, nigga, fly shit the way they do it now. This is when that started. Hopping out, blacked up, everything all black. Talk about limos. This Bill Cosby some shit, man. Get this shit up out of here.
You know what I'm saying? So when she said that it was a limousine that picked her up, or she went with a limousine driver, I was kind of skeptical and wanted to hear more about her story. So now she said that the limousine driver, got her into a party, but it's somehow she had to went to a gas station, and if you know that area, there's no gas stations unless you walk all the way up to 96th Street. That's like 40-something blocks. So I was like, all you had to walk to the west side, which is another 14, 15 long blocks. And then you would have to know where you're going to find that gas station because it's close to the West Side Highway.
Man, I hate niggas like this, though, bro. You was there, right? You say you was there, though, bro. You was that nigga security. Nigga don't know what it is you got against Puff. I don't know. Most likely. 100 times out of 10, my nigga, it's about some money. That's the issue you got with Puff. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all fell out or whatnot. Hey, my nigga, but you was there. You coming with all this bullshit. You talk about inconsistencies 99 times, 100 times you just said that shit within this 7-minute interview, my nigga, when you could just flat out say, nah, that shit didn't happen. Cause I remember this, that. We was in a limo, this and that. You come on, bruh. Or you a part of this train and want to see this nigga go to jail for life. You say you was there. That's sucker shit though, my nigga. That's sucker shit, bruh. You got an issue with him that much, my nigga. If it's like just don't say nothing. It's obvious, my nigga. Like you a big part of why all this shit going on with him, though, bruh. All right, you nigga, you just said nigga as his security, nigga, you done came out and said the nigga was fucking Ja Rule, all kind of shit. You done said all kind of shit about the nigga. You feel me? Now you coming out fake trying to be in his defense, but you ain't coming out just saying, nah, that didn't happen. You talk, I mean, I don't man. Sucker shit though, bro. Sucker shit.
Unless she went all the way downtown, and then who gonna pick her up from that far away from the you know, the venue where she went to.
Like the video.
So, and then she said something about that, or well, the allegation said something about that she went with the limo driver. So did the limo driver drop puffing them off or Jay them off, then came back and got her, then take her to the party? It was just a lot of inconsistencies. I was like, yo, first of all, we didn't even use limousines. You understand? Bad Boy used SUVs. So I found those being real inconsistent on what the story was she was talking about. And then for limousine driver, who would know us, because our drivers didn't drive limousines, how you gonna tell somebody to get in the party? He had to go through security for that. And that just wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. So I don't want to beat up the victim.
So Gene Deal, what is you saying? You saying, my nigga, you security. You was head of his security at that time. You just said you was there and all that though, bro. You saying, my nigga, you wouldn't have let the little young 13-year-old little bitch up in there. Is that what you saying, my nigga? Because if you saying that, say that.
Victim or the person that says that they are a victim, but I know for myself there's a lot of inconsistencies in what she was talking about regarding her being with somebody from Bad Boy, getting into a Bad Boy party, you understand, with a limo driver that we didn't even know. So, not trying to beat her up, not trying to save Jay or Diddy. But me personally, I didn't believe her story.
I mean, that says a lot coming from you being somebody that worked for Bad Boy at that time.
Well, what it says is that these people got to understand that there were people that was around. And then some people like myself, whether good, bad, or indifferent, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell what I know, no matter what somebody else feel. You understand? And I ain't super save Puff. I ain't super save Jay. You understand? I'm not doing that. But I am going to tell the truth. You understand? Regarding at that time when I was around, that we did not use limousines. Is no limousine driver going to come to security and get nobody in no party at all. You understand? At all.
So yeah, he's standing firm on that. So how the fuck the limo driver? She talking about she didn't came all the way from buttfuck New York, drove down there, bam. She doing all this bullshit though. She running to the limousine driver. And what he's saying is, bruh, to do all this traveling to go back, get her and all that. Come on, you would have never made it to the bitch. You putting your whole job on the line, trying to go get the little handicapped little broad, the little underage handicapped broad, your whole client stuck out there because you driving or you stuck, man. The shit not adding up, bro. It just ain't adding up nowhere.
Limousine driver gonna come to security and get nobody in no party at all. You understand? At all.
You personally, do you believe her?
My personal belief is that I can't say what happened to her, but regarding the allegations that she made and the picture that she painted, I don't believe what she was saying. And being 13 years old, you know, that's happening, walking around the streets of New York. I think they said she was from Alabama or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Nah, bro. Not walking the streets of New York, finding a gas station. Nah. People in New York who've been in New York all their life can't find a gas station. You understand what I'm saying? They can't find a gas station. It's about, unless you go below 34th Street, is about 2 gas stations in Manhattan. One on the east side on 1st Avenue, one on 12th Avenue, a mobile station and a Shell station. And you got to know exactly where they at to find them things. And there's no way from her walking from the VMAs and to where she says she walked to a gas station and everything. Nah, bro. I think they got to pick up a better story. So to answer your question, do I personally believe that she went to a gas station, she got with a bad boy driver that was in a limousine? Nah, not a bad boy driver, not at all.
Gene Deal said it for these niggas, man. And it's still people. Well, limousines can be SUVs. SUV, man, look, they said limousines. Quit trying to move the goalpost. They said limousine. Don't try to make it like, oh, a SUV is a limousine too, bruh. Nah, they said limousines. Let's stop playing though, bruh. Let's stop playing, bruh. Quit trying to move the goalpost. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit though,
The
bruh.
person that said that they was a victim, but some of the statements and some of the things that I heard was incorrect.
I believe in Jesus.
You know, as far as I know what we did at that time. First of all, we did not use limousines. We used SUVs in 2000. You know what I'm saying?
Like the video though.
When she said that it was a limousine that picked her up or she went with a limousine driver, you know, I was kind of skeptical and wanted to hear more about her story. So now she said that the limousine driver, you know, got her into a party, but it's somehow she had to went to a gas station. And if you know that area, there's no gas stations unless you walk all the way up to 96th Street. That's like 40 something blocks. So I was like, all you had to walk to the west side, which is another 14, 15 long blocks. And then you would have to know where you're going to find that gas station because it's close to the West Side Highway. Unless you went all the way downtown, and then who gonna pick her up from that far away from the the venue where she went to? So, and then she said something about that. Oh well, the allegation says something about that she went with the limo driver. So did the limo driver drop puffing them off or Jay them off, then came back and got her, then take her to the party? It was just a lot of inconsistencies. I was like, yo, first of all, we didn't even use limousines. You understand? Bad Boy used SUVs. So
who the fuck is this limo driver, bro? Where does limo shit come from? This shit come from Tony Buzbee. Gaming for Jesus said, do you believe Jesus died on the cross for our sins? My boy said, is he going to hell if he don't? Gaming for Jesus said, I'm going to be honest. Yes, you will. But you don't have to go there. All you have to do is give your life to our Lord. So what I got out of that was shit. What he said. if I didn't believe in Jesus, then I would go to hell. But like I asked everybody, like, who the fuck are you? who the fuck are you, bruh? You know what I'm saying? But hey, we get into all that later though, bruh.
I found those being real inconsistent on what the story was she was talking about.
I believe in Jesus
And
though.
then for limousine driver who don't really would know us, because our drivers didn't drive limousines, how you gonna tell somebody to get in the party? He had to go through security for that. And that just wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. So I don't want to beat up the victim or the person that says that they are a victim, but I know for myself there's a lot of inconsistencies in what she was talking about regarding her being with somebody from Bad Boy, getting into a Bad Boy party, you understand, with a limo driver that we didn't even know. So, not trying to beat her up, not trying to save Jay or Diddy. But me personally, I didn't believe her story.
Hey, my nigga, just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of people don't believe it. A lot of people don't believe the story and shit like that. It's because it's at this point it's turning out to be not believable. Especially when earlier in the video they didn't say it. That god damn it, Tony Buzbee ain't respond to the goddamn letter he was supposed to respond to in a timely manner. He was supposed to respond to that by the 27th of December. You know? And he didn't respond. He was supposed to clean up the inconsistencies. He didn't do it. So Tony Buzbee, what you out here doing though, bro? Because how was you gonna clean that up? How was you going to clean it up? I guess he responded to the media. You know, he got some shit to say to the media, but you were supposed to respond to the case, not the media. Thank you. I need the prayer. Thank you.
I mean, that says a lot coming from you being somebody that worked for Bad Boy at that time.
Well, what it says is that these people got to understand that there were people that was around. And then some people like myself, whether good, bad, or indifferent, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell what I know, no matter what somebody else feel. You understand? And I ain't super saved Puff. I ain't super saved Jay. You understand? I'm not doing that. But I am going to tell the truth, you understand, regarding at that time when I was around, that we did not use limousines. Is no limousine driver going to come to security and get nobody in no party at all. You understand?
And this coming from the goddamn head security, top flight motherfucking security of the world. Gene Dildon told y'all, look, man, she wouldn't have got in that motherfucker based off no goddamn limousine driver. That nigga don't hold no weight around here. That's what he's saying. That's what the fuck Gene Dildon is saying right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's still, people gonna be people, and I ain't got no problem with that. Go ahead, be you. Think how you think, all that. Gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But big fella right here say he was there. He said he was there. He said it didn't work like that. We wasn't riding around like that. Wasn't doing that. You wasn't find no gas station. You wasn't doing that. He just said people that lived in New York their whole life can't find gas stations. So you from Rochester, you ain't from New York City, you from Rochester, New York. How the hell you find a gas station? You 13 and autistic. Out of towner. How you do that? How you do that there? Like, come on, bruh.
At all.
You personally, do you believe her?
My personal belief is that I can't say what happened to her, but regarding the allegations that she made and the picture that she painted, I don't believe what she was saying. And being 13 years old, you know, that's happening, walking around the streets of New York. I think they said she was from Alabama or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Nah, bro. Not walking the streets of not walking the streets of New York, finding a gas station. Nah. People in New York who've been in New York all their life can't find a gas station.
And this a New Yorker. This nigga know. He said, look, man, you ain't finding no gas station like that. It just ain't happening. You in Manhattan. All this traffic, all this bullshit going on. You a 13-year-old from out of town. Man, bruh. And we all sucked into this shit thinking, oh, they gonna get it. Come on, bruh. Niggas gotta stop believing everything the motherfucker they hear and read and all that shit, though. It's a motherfucker behind a shadow. It's a person in a shadow somewhere. Literally, they showed a silhouette of somebody, right? Saying all kind of shit. And the media eats it up. And the judge is holding on to this shit. That's scary, though, bro. People can say anything about you. And they go for it. That's scary, though, bro. We live in the hood. We didn't duck the shots from the guns and shit like that, police brutality. But a person can just lie to you. You go work and get something. A person can just say anything, bro. Anything. And then when you look at the evidence that they present to defend yourself and say, okay, I was here, I was there, I was everywhere except this motherfucker say I was at. They still gonna push forward. That's scary, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? They can't find a gas station. It's about, unless you go below 34th Street, is about 2 gas stations in Manhattan. One on the east side on 1st Avenue, one on 12th Avenue. A mobile station and a Shell station. And you got to know exactly where they at to find them things. And there's no way from her walking from the VMAs and to where she says she walked to a gas station and everything. Nah, bro. I think they got to pick up a better story. So to answer your question, do I personally believe that she went to a gas station, she got with a bad boy driver that was in a limousine? Nah, not a bad boy driver, not at all.
If you remember, what do you recall from that night?
Well, what I'm trying to say to you is this, is that if it was a VMA party and Puff Wolf was dropped off or whatever like that, it's not a what you call. It's not it wasn't a limousine, bro. I don't remember much about that, but I do remember the fact that we did not use no limousines. You asked me what I think about it. I'm listening to what her dad said about it. Her dad said it never happened. Dad said he never had that situation where her dad didn't even believe the story. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody being 13 years old and being able to travel around New York like that. She said her dad picked up, but he don't remember or recall none of that. So
yeah, man, this shit is crazy though, bro. This shit is really crazy though, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit is outrageous. This shit is outrageous. Let's see. Yeah, this shit crazy. This shit insane in the membrane. Let's get off into this. Tony Buzbee got to say about this.
So let's get into Buzbee and what he is stating in response. Of course, Annalisa Torres said that Jay-Z, the motion has passed for allow him to apply for dismissal. That does not mean that the case has been dismissed. It means that he's allowed to apply for that. Just want to make that clear for those who are very confused. But Buzbee has responded and saying this. This client was screened by at least 5 lawyers. She underwent a background check and we had a seasoned investigator and ex-cop verify key points of her claim. She has a reasonable explanation for any alleged inconsistencies and remains adamant about her claim.
So if she got an explanation for her claims, why didn't you write those down and put those in that response letter? Why you ain't doing your job?
This client was screened by at least 5 lawyers.
Like a bird.
She underwent a background check and we had a seasoned investigator and ex-cop verify key points of her claim. She has a reasonable explanation for any alleged inconsistencies and remains adamant about her claim. And I think the last few words are very important because I did explain that she was never recanting her allegations against Jay-Z or P. Diddy. She is still stating that she was R-worded by them, but that there are just inconsistencies in her story, which can be true for somebody who is autistic, which is what she is, and also somebody who had this happen when she was young and of course has gone through significant SAU have memory loss. But
look, my nigga, look, bro, what I say last night, I said, you're going to keep hearing from these attorneys. Now that they set the date to go to court back so far, right? They set it back so far. February, that's when he can file, right? The lawyers have to play media wars. You know what I'm saying? And Tony Buzbee is just on defense right now. He ain't telling us. He didn't write a letter to the court. This nigga made a statement wherever the fuck he made this statement
but that there are just inconsistencies in her story, which can be true for somebody who is autistic, which is what she is, and also somebody who had this happen when she was young and of course has gone through significant SAU have memory loss. But I think that the point of autism is very important here as well, which I think people are forgetting. But he repeats, this client was screened by 5 lawyers. There's credibility behind this case, he is stating, based on the fact that there has been multiple levels of fact-checking and screening, which is very intriguing because I didn't hear Buzbee say this before. So I'm glad that he's saying this because it adds credibility to the case.
Bruh, see, who are you saying? Like they said you didn't file the goddamn response by the time of the deadline. So why you telling us this right now? You supposed to say that shit. You supposed to clean up the inconsistencies and put that shit in a response to Alex Spiro. You didn't do so. Now you looking stupid as fuck telling us on YouTube and shit. Now you talking to YouTubers now.
He continues, the jurors may either believe the inconsistencies are innocent mistakes or think the accuser is lying. And of course, it can go either way. And so Alex Spiro, Jay-Z, they are honing in on those inconsistencies and they are stating that because of those inconsistencies, she is lying. She is not telling the truth. All of it is fake and she's getting money out of it or wants to do so because people are doing so via Diddy. Again, she's not recanting any of her allegations. And, they are going to file for dismissal in February. Buzbee's team are going to have the response against, then Jay-Z's team will have the response against, and then Annalisa Torres by March will make a decision as to whether this will be dismissed based on information and evidence given from both parties or not. So as things are getting messy between Buzbee and Spiro, as we are seeing court filings go back and forth on this conversation, it's only going to get even more ugly than it even is. And I feel like the STD stuff and the lawsuits and etc. that Alex Spiro was doing against Buzbee was wrong. It was dirty. It was unnecessary. It was not moral. It's not what we're looking at here, and I don't think that we need to be discussing that. But things are going to get even more worse.
My nigga, who are you? Like people really thinking they somebody because they got the $100 Rode mic and the dad hat on. Like, bro, like who are you to say what we shouldn't be discussing? You hear those claims? He burnt the broad, bust her teeth open with the cup at the bar, all that. Trucked her out some money. She lost her goddamn divorce settlement because of him. They said she lost bad because of Tony Buzbee. Now here you go. You want to say, hey, what we don't need to be talking about? Come on, bruh. This the system we in. This the game we playing. This the arena we in. This what we watching. This what we into.
Buzbee's team are going to have their own response against. Then Jay-Z's team will have the response against. And then Annalisa Torres by March will make a decision as to whether this will be dismissed based on information and evidence given from both parties or not. So as things are getting messy between Buzbee and Spiro, as we are seeing court filings go back and forth on this conversation, it's only going to get even more ugly than it even is. And I feel like the STD stuff and the lawsuits and etc. that Alex Spiro was doing against Buzbee was wrong. It was dirty. It was unnecessary. It was not moral. It's not what we're looking at here, and I don't think that we need to be discussing that. But things are going to get even more worse than what we are looking at right now before it gets better for either party. Let's just play it like that. So, we're going to be focusing on this, focusing on the Diddy trial in May, focusing on the ASAP Rocky trial, the Prince Harry court related stuff as well. There's a lot of different stuff happening, especially in this year. So I wanted to take the first few days of this year not off, but more so relaxed, because we are about to get very intense with the reports, with the trials, with the court filings, with the conversations. There's just going to be so much information to happen. I'm glad that Buzbee is responding, and I'm glad that Buzbee is basically not backing down from this conversation. I didn't expect him to go this far, knowing how Rock Nation are, and for the fact that Jay-Z's net worth is $2 billion, and Alex Spiro's ways, they are very intimidating.
Tony Buzbee is seeing like he in his ego right now with all this. I'm not gonna back down and all this though. Like, bro, how many more fuck ups do you need to go through to say, damn, I fucked up, bro? How many more? So you said you done had 5 lawyers and an ex-police officer look through all this shit, right? So why y'all couldn't put y'all goddamn 7 heads together and come up with a goddamn response to Alex Spiro? Why you couldn't do that? It seemed like Tony Buzbee just don't know when to just like, all right, look, bro, you know what I'm saying? They got us on this one. Let's try again, and get the motherfuckers. Nah, you still want to harp on this? You still want to harp on this, Buzbee?
Will be dismissed based on information and evidence given from both parties or not. So as things are getting messy between Buzbee and Spiro, as we are seeing court filings go back and forth on this conversation, it's only going to get even more ugly than it even is. And I feel like the STD stuff and the lawsuits and etc. that Alex Spiro was doing against Buzbee was wrong. It was dirty. It was unnecessary. It was not moral. It's not what we're looking at here, and I don't think that we need to be discussing that. But things are going to get even more worse than what we are looking at right now before it gets better for either party. Let's just play it like that. So, we're going to be focusing on this, focusing on the Diddy trial in May, focusing on the ASAP Rocky trial, the Prince Harry court related stuff as well. There's a lot of different stuff happening, especially in this year. So I wanted to take the first few days of this year not off, but more so relaxed, because we are about to get very intense with the reports, with the trials, with the court filings, with the conversations. There's just going to be so much information to happen.
Man, your whole shit is built off black niggas in the court system. Nigga, you don't give a fuck about what nobody really going through and shit like that. You trying to monetize off niggas in court. Talking about the fucking ASAP Rocky trial.
I'm glad that Buzbee is responding, and I'm glad that Buzbee is basically not backing down from this conversation. I didn't expect him to go this far, knowing how Rock Nation are, and for the fact that Jay-Z's net worth is $2 billion, and Alex Spiro's ways, they are very intimidating. They play very dirty, and they have bad tactics, so one can easily get scared off. But Buzbee isn't that guy.
Buzbee ain't that guy to back down. Buzbee don't understand the rules of hoes. The number one rules of hoes is when you find yourself in one, stop digging. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how to, your ego too invested in this. You can't say, you know what though, bro? You know what I'm saying? I didn't file this by this deadline. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really vet this client. This shit really don't, I don't understand how you go through all this, grade school, college, law school, all that, right? Pass the bar, become an associate, senior associate, all this shit, big law firm, all that. And this makes sense to you. It's either one or two things. Bruh got some shit, or bruh just don't know how to let this shit go, bruh. It's either or. Bruh gotta have something. Bruh just absolutely have to have something. or this is the wackest nigga ever. It seemed like you biting off more than you could chew, Buzz, because my nigga, I don't understand what everybody is saying. Like, hey, oh, Tony Buzbee is still looking like he ain't that guy. Just saying. I'm just saying, my nigga. Tony Buzbee is still looking like he fucking the case off, bruh. Go back to the video. Like Star Flame said.
Now, Tony Buzbee is representing Jay-Z's accuser, and in a court document filed on December 30th by Jay-Z's legal team led by attorney Alex Spiro, attorney said that Jay-Z sent the plaintiff a message on December 19th, flagging a number of issues they felt spurred a dismissal of the case, citing a combo of technicalities, expired deadlines, and the locations involved. Jay-Z's legal team said that his accuser was required, but failed to address the issues specified in the letter within a period of 5 business days, a time frame which concluded December 27th. So, in simpler terms, Jay-Z's legal team sent a letter to his accusers, right? And they pointed out the inconsistencies, which Tony Buzbee should have replied to within 5 business days. The deadline was December 27th. Tony Buzbee failed to give a reply, and they're saying now that's one of the main grounds to have the case dismissed. Tony Buzbee failed to reply on the behalf of his client. So another inconsistency.
That's another L. Man, you put that in the L department, Tony Buzbee. You got to throw that over there. You don't put that in the win column. That goes in the L column, bruh. Like, bruh, so at this point, what are you doing? Like, bruh, it just got to be something else, though, bruh. I can't imagine this is a real attorney and this is a real case, and we looking through this shit, and you know they blowing this shit out the water, and this man is still going at the rate he's going. Now you got 5 lawyers that looked through this. All 5 lawyers said, all right, including you, so you 6, and said, okay, yeah, this it right here. That looks good. Fuck, you got so many lawyers to try to 5 lawyers to put this story together. That's what it was. 5 lawyers and the investigator put this story together and said, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, we got him. Tell it to the judge. That's what y'all said. And then you got this one lawyer just going through this motherfucker, which is Alex Spiro, going through this shit and just pew, 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 blowing up all of that shit. Yeah, like she just said. So, good question. This the case they put out the gate. This should have been the strongest one, right? Exactly. This should have been, y'all, look, this how we coming. Throw all that other weak shit out. But like the man said, like Alex Spiro said, he didn't got over 100-something clients in a 24-hour period. He said there's no possible way you could have vetted that many clients. He said it takes days, weeks, sometimes months to vet a client. But you got 100-and-something clients in one day? Because look at you going after. Come on, bro. It's shit. It's safe to go after Diddy right now. Diddy don't remember everybody he was partying with. Diddy don't even remember calling Nori daddy and all that shit. They showed him. He's like, damn, shit. I said that. So it's easy. Like, okay, so this is what we doing. Bro, we got this 1-800 number. Hit this number if you had any interaction with Diddy. You in Texas. Come on, bro. Yeah, this should have been their strongest shit right here. Y'all coming out the gate or y'all playing stupid. Y'all, it gotta be either or. I just can't believe that this is shit.
Of Tony Buzbee is being highlighted by Jay-Z's legal team. Now, if you guys remember in the video that I did yesterday, former federal prosecutor Naima Ramani told Newsweek that, if Tony Buzbee had done his legwork to verify the victim's details, Tony Buzbee could have put forward a better case on the behalf of his client. And because there's so many inconsistencies in the case, it could be where the jurist argues that it means that she's telling a lie. And for them to rule it out as inconsistencies and honest mistake, Tony Buzbee would have to have really good supporting arguments. Now, after that, Tony Buzbee clapped back at this former federal prosecutor, Naima Ramani, and saying that, this person is just being arrogant. And you can't tell a former federal prosecutor that they're being arrogant, because remember that just as how Tony Buzbee is a seasoned attorney, former federal prosecutor is also a seasoned individual who has worked on several of these cases. And
so you saying she being arrogant because she telling you, hey, look, homie, you should have been a little more thorough in your investigation. She arrogant for that? Bruh, you said she's arrogant for that? She's arrogant because she said you should have just did more legwork in vetting your client. Now you out here making a goddamn fool of yourself. And it's a couple of fucking idiots out here that just think this nigga is, and I swear to God, if I'm wrong, I'll get on this motherfucker and I would just say, hey, I was wrong. Because it's something in me that's saying this nigga must got something. He got to have a smoking gun somewhere. He have to. Like everybody trying to use their little common sense. Why would he come out and jeopardize his reputation and this is how he get his money? That's a good question. Why would he come out? But then from what we seeing so far, bruh's just making an ass of himself. You let your client go on NBC. Come on, bruh. You let your client go on NBC. She changed all her story up. Coming back. The last thing you said to the judge was you kind of was recommending that she do not grant the right for the dismissal. That's the last thing you said to the judge. She turns around, she grants it. You know what I'm saying? Now you coming out looking like you looking on this picture right now, like I kind of fucked up. Like, bruh, some money grab, bruh. Some money play, bruh. And, get your money, my nigga. Get your money. Nobody hating on the fact you're trying to get some money, but look, bruh, it's just like with the goddamn, all right, Fonnie Willis going against Donald Trump. Nobody mad at the fact you going after the nigga. If you going after him, go after him. But god damn it, you gotta be smart somewhere. You gotta be smart. Y'all went to law school. I didn't. So y'all smart. Y'all intelligent. Y'all bright. Y'all made it. Baby girl, you going up in this motherfucker with your clothes on all backwards. You got caught. You giving money. You tricking off money to this bald head nigga. You said this shit ain't getting hard. You fucking with him. You keep cash here. There. You fuck the whole case up. And this is the thing. I see if you was just going after a regular Joe Schmo, you going after the former fucking president. And your shit in your life is all fucked up. Like you wasn't fit to get attacked. Like they wasn't fit to dig up your shit once this shit all was over. So the thing is, it ain't the fact that you went after the motherfucker. It's the fact when you go after somebody, have your shit together. You got to have your shit together when you do this type of stuff. Going after the former president, you was fucking the goddamn other lawyer on the case and shit, taking trips off the money from the city, from the state, and all this shit. Come on, you can't. Hey, come on, bruh. You gotta have your hands clean with certain shit like that. Gotta have your hands clean. Nah. Nah. So that's the same thing with this nigga. It's fucking Dumbo. You going up at this motherfucker just willy-nilly. Fuck it. We going after Jay-Z. We going after Diddy. Fuck it. The stupid ass public will believe anything. That's what the fuck you thought. Say anything. You can just get up there and we gonna say anything and they gonna go for it. And goddamn you, we gonna get this money.
Of witness the outcome. So as such, Tony Buzbee doesn't like to acknowledge the fact that he's wrong and he is consistently failing his client, because that is exactly what he's doing. He's consistently failing his client, and every opportunity that Alex Spiro gets, he's going to expose Tony Buzbee's inconsistencies and consistent failure on the behalf of a client. So Tony Buzbee not responding to this is a major issue, and you can literally tell that the case will be tossed, because he should have replied within 5 business days. The deadline was December 27th. He failed to reply, and as such, they are using this as an argument for the case to be dismissed. Tony Buzbee should have addressed the issue specified in the letter, and he did not. So the case is going to be dismissed. It's no if, no buts, because what the court is going to look at, it can't be an oversight. You were sent the letter and you failed to address the specified details in the letter. So definitely, I think they're going to draw it out, but at the end of it all, it will be dismissed. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know what are your thoughts while you're.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I just don't understand why she said, I personally think Buzbee took advantage of that girl. He didn't expect Jay-Z to react the way he did. He had her do that NBC interview to cover his ass. Yeah. Cover him right up. Because the shit not making sense. You didn't better. Then it comes out, oh, she came from another law firm. Okay. Okay, Tony Buzbee. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know what I'm saying? But this case shouldn't be around too much longer though. Everybody saying Jay should have settled. He should have settled out of court. Let me see. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jay-Z caught his bluff. He wasn't expecting this. He was expecting a nigga to just tuck his tail and give in some money, kick in that dough like, here, please, no, don't do this. And now you sit and going to war. And right now this is just a battle. But hey, bro, any person with some good sense can see, hey, bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm slow, bro. But Tony Buzbee ain't doing too good, man.
Tony Buzbee responded. Now, according to Newsweek, shout out to Newsweek reports, Tony Buzbee has came out and doubled down, tripled down on his client and her allegations. And now Tony Buzbee has revealed some of the secret information that he did not reveal previously. Now, in this report, according to Newsweek, Tony Buzbee, the name of the article is Tony Buzbee defends alleged victim as Jay-Z's lawyers turn the screw, right? According to the report, and I'm going to read up into this part y'all see on y'all screen, and then I'm going to read the article. It says the lawyer representing a woman who claims she was R-worded by Jay-Z and Diddy has defended his client after inconsistencies emerged in her claims. Jay-Z's lawyers are also arguing that the case is time barred and should be thrown out of court. Newsweek sought email comment on Thursday from attorneys representing Jay-Z and Combs. Now, it says the woman says that she was violated by Jay-Z and fellow rapper Diddy at the VMA after show party in 2000 when she was you know how old. It says, now a series of sexual assault allegations against Diddy add to a wider social debate about toxic masculinity and sexual assault, especially after the rise of the anti-sexual harassment Me Too movement. Jay-Z, who is married to singer Beyonce, has completely rejected allegations that he had any involvement with Combs' alleged crimes, and he has launched an extortion lawsuit against Tony Buzbee, his accuser's attorney. Now, right here on your screen, Tony Buzbee told Newsweek yesterday, last night he told Newsweek publication that he had screened his client before taking her case and strongly rejected criticism that he should have done more to uncover her inconsistencies. You know how some of these people was on YouTube saying, oh, Tony Buzbee doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, we'll wait for it. And I quote, he said, opinions are like noses. Everyone has one and they all smell, Tony Buzbee told Newsweek. He goes on to say, this client was screened by at least 5 lawyers. She also underwent a background check.
Yeah, you trying to save face, nigga. That's what you doing right here. You try to, hey, nah, hold up. 5, I screened her, and 5 other lawyers screened her. You trying to save
and
face,
I quote,
my nigga.
He said, opinions are like noses. Everyone has one, and they all smell, Tony Buzbee told Newsweek. He goes on to say, this client was screened by at least 5 lawyers. She also underwent a background check, and we had a seasoned investigator and an ex-cop check key points of her claim, he said.
Find the lowest priced health plans at healthforcalifornia.com. Get a quote in 30 seconds. Find top carriers like Anthem, Kaiser, Blue Shield, and more. Lowest prices, simple process, healthforcalifornia.com.
Come on with this shit, man.
He also goes on to say she has a reasonable explanation for any alleged inconsistencies and remains adamant about her claim.
Her autism. Okay. That's why y'all threw that shit in there. Boy, I tell you. That's why y'all threw that shit in there.
Anyone who says she wasn't properly screened is either ignorant or has an agenda. And this is what I think Tony Buzbee's going to do. And I'm going to read the rest of the article right now, but let me tell y'all something. Many people had a mistake and thought it was Jay-Z's lawyer that set up the interview with NBC with that girl. They didn't do that. I told you guys this from the beginning. That was Tony Buzbee that did that. And he did it knowing that all this was coming. Tony Buzbee
He did that shit like she just said right there. He had her do that shit to save his ass. Come on now.
Put that girl in that interview because he wanted to show transparency in front of the world to show that, yes, she has inconsistency in her claims, but she's willing to come out and speak about those inconsistencies, stand on her core allegations, and the most important thing he wanted to show y'all, and I've said it 1,000 times, because this piece of key evidence is gonna come. I'm telling y'all, she's special needs. I'm telling y'all this. Now, Tony Buzbee said he was gonna do something else, and
the same way you just said that, like that was like the big, like she's special need, like a lot of people gonna be looking at it like this is just the lawyer's way. Come on, they're hiding the person. This is just the lawyer's way, and they're trying to keep this person anonymous. So on top of keeping her anonymous, we're going to say she's special needs. So the same way you thought that was the big aha, gotcha moment, that's more of a reason for the motive. That's more the reason to say this is Tony Buzbee bullshit. I don't know.
I want to see.
I don't know.
Tony Buzbee's going to deliver on that, and if he doesn't, I want it done by an independent person who is agreed to by both sides. Tony Buzbee said that the girl was willing to get a lie detector's test. So, Tony, you're probably listening. Are you guys willing to have a conversation with Jay-Z's lawyers, and both of you guys agree on a person to administer this lie detector's test to this woman with full transparency in front of the world? That's if y'all want to know the truth. That's if they really want to know the truth. If you don't want to know the truth, you're not going to agree to this. If you don't want to know the truth, if you're not a truth seeker, you're not going to agree to this. Both people, and we know lie detector tests aren't admissible in court of law. But what they will do is it will make a lot of people think in the court of public opinion, because guess why? The person who said that in the comment section, Hattie Campbell, says lie detector tests aren't admissible in court though. Well, Hattie Campbell, guess what? Any evidence that Tony Buzbee has not presented yet is also not admissible in court because it has not been presented yet. And Tony Buzbee pointed to that in his prior writing when he talked about coming discovery, meaning evidence. Now, also, here's a few other things that I think
he gotta have something, bro. I just can't, bro, because if he ain't got no motherfucking evidence though, bro, some real physical DNA evidence, something like that, because you don't got no witnesses, you don't got nothing. You don't got nothing but her story with inconsistencies. And she's special needs, right? So with that being said, all right. And even, okay, your first claim, it was inconsistencies. Okay. With the second claim, you know what I'm saying? With the amended claim, you got inconsistencies. When she went on NBC, inconsistencies. And y'all try to see, this is why you gotta come out all of a sudden. We ain't find out she was autistic until NBC with a southern accent. Shit not making no sense. So he gotta have something, or you ain't got nothing at all.
Tony Buzbee's gonna end up having to do when this case is going to court. He gave y'all a taste, in my opinion, when he said he had an ex-police officer. And not only that, a special investigator, and not only that, 5 other lawyers vet this woman, claims, and a background check. So the question is, who's the names of those people? And when Tony Buzbee, and if he goes to court and releases the names of those lawyers, that police officer, the private investigator, and whoever administered the background check, now we will have transparency to be able to look into these people's history and see, okay, all right, they're in line. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Notice Tony Buzbee is leaking little by little information. But anybody that thinks Tony Buzbee got trapped by doing that interview, no. Remember, Tony Buzbee's the one that did that interview with NBC, and Tony Buzbee was sitting right there.
Tony Buzbee did the interview with NBC, and when they did the interview with NBC, this is when you find out, okay, bam. You know what I'm saying? We found out that she talked to Benji Madden, who just was not there. Who just wasn't there. They talk about the Jumbotron, it just wasn't there. So you can sit up here and do all this like suspense shit and this parade and cheerleading for Tony Buzbee, but after the NBC interview is when we find out that the shit was even more. It was even more inconsistencies. It was even more. After the NBC interview. This is when we find out she was autistic. Yeah, because you gotta save your ass. You gotta save yourself in this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we gotta say she was special needs. This is why it was so many inconsistencies. We gotta say this. This is why. Come on, now they ain't fooling nobody, man.
And any lawyer worth his salt that didn't want any lawyer or their client, to say anything on tape, instantly he stops the interview. She's not going to answer that. We're not answering that. He let her answer all of them. He let her answer all the questions. This is the part people are letting go by their brains. Tony Buzbee sat right there behind the camera and let her. Now, everybody keeps talking about lie detectors aren't reliable. They aren't this, they aren't that. Well, what makes you guys think that Jay-Z or Tony Buzbee's word is reliable? We haven't gone to court. We haven't seen the evidence displayed. But I know one thing, damn it, both sides are going hard in the paint. Like both sides know the other side is wrong. So that shit don't work, Jack. Right? That don't work. Right? Because once again, you guys got to understand one thing. You got to understand one thing. The woman has a few things that's on her side. And if you look at the law, it is true. And the fact that they showed that they went to the public and spoke about the inconsistencies, but she never said that this did not happen to me. Now, everything Tony Buzbee told Newsweek now, guess what? Tony Buzbee says that this client, read the last paragraph, was screened by at least 5 lawyers. She also underwent a background check, and we had a seasoned investigator and the ex-cop check key points of her claim.
This is the thing, though, Tony Buzbee. If you said she's willing to take a lie detector test, you should have administered that to her. Where you could say she passed. Fuck what we think, to where you can have the confidence to say, you know what, she passed a lie detector test. To where you will have more of a leg to stand on, because you looking bad. You ain't responding to the to response letters and shit like that. You missing deadlines and all that. You should have just gave her a lie detector test. so you can sleep better. You looking bad out here. But I just can't believe cause hey, I don't know, bro. I can't
So while
believe
we
this
have
nigga this
all of
slow.
us internet detectives out here, all of us internet detectives that say, hey man, you know what I'm saying? We need to find out what are the key claims that Tony Buzbee's people, those 5 lawyers he said, the special investigator and the ex-police officer, because remember, Tony Buzbee told y'all this from the very beginning when he went after Diddy. You guys got to go back to the beginning. You have to go back to the beginning. He told you this in the very first press conference that he had a police officer. Now I'm trying to figure, is this the same police officer that Tony Buzbee had, right? I'm trying to figure out if this is the same cop that Tony Buzbee had, right? That he said in that press conference. Now, if you guys don't remember the press conference, you might want to listen to this part right here, where he said he was working with the police. Now, he said he had former police officers who were also investigating all of the claims that were involving all these cases that had Diddy in it. And he also said he was not going to bring forth any lawsuits against any other celebrity unless he had damn well full evidence of his claims.
Teams switching off. On Miro, the innovation workspace, teams.
Let's get right into it.
My name is Tony Buzbee. I'm a lawyer here in Houston. I'm licensed in Texas and in New York. And I'll introduce other members of our team as they speak. As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. We've handled over the last 25 years some very big and very important cases. I believe that this one may surpass them all. There are many facets to this. The conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. There are many people and many entities involved. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enabled this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter no matter who the evidence implicates. These brave victims who have stepped forward deserve nothing less.
Come on, get to it.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs.
He said they now represent 120 victims. Remember that.
As well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls we have received since our first announcement. Even before the indictment of Sean Combs, we had received a small volume of calls and had screened a handful of cases. After the indictment of Sean Combs, and the announcement that we were pursuing these claims, the floodgates opened. People who wouldn't otherwise, for a variety of reasons, are now stepping forward to make their voices heard and to pursue justice. But no, most of these people are scared. They fear backlash in their communities. They fear backlash in their own families. They are afraid of retaliation from the perpetrators and their associates. They are rightly afraid for their own personal safety. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And as is always the case in situations like this, when a celebrity is involved, people can be downright mean and nasty. You would be shocked at the length fans will go, no matter the evidence to the contrary, to defend celebrities they love. I mean, there's a reason for this word fans. They're fanatics. But victims who step forward to have their voices heard should not be subjected to that kind of conduct. They should not be targeted. I want to say this, and I want to be clear about it. Although we are vetting each call as stringently as we can, I always start with a mindset that I believe victims. I believe victims because I understand the tremendous courage it takes to step forward. So if you're watching this, please hear me. If you're out there and you have been victimized, you are not alone. There is a great strength in numbers. You can seek redress. You can obtain justice.
I'm at the fast forward.
We can help you, and we will help you. That being said, as stated, we are vetting every call that we receive. We've had to turn away some. For each, we ask for corroboration. For each, we ask for the identity of witnesses. We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department.
Yeah, it goes right there. And I never forgot that. I never forgot he said that.
Hey, my nigga, you wait, hold on, but
He have a
hey, you wasted all the nigga time for that.
that. I never.
We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department.
Yeah, it goes right there. And I never forgot that. I never forgot he said
Hey,
that.
my boy.
He have a major offenders detective that was on these cases. When everybody thought he just came out and filed all these lawsuits for no reason, I never forgot that. When he said that in that first press conference, that never left my brain. It never left my mind. And I said, damn, this dude went to the special. Listen to it again. Listen to what he said, bro.
Man, we heard
ladies,
that
listen
shit,
to what
bro.
he said.
Have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit.
A former detective from the Major Offenders Unit. That means this guy is qualified. And at some point, that was his career, was investigating this type of stuff. And that's what happens sometimes. After you retire, you do work for lawyers like this.
All right. All right. Now, what we got thus far. Your client make the claims. You know, Sean Carter was not in those claims. She claimed that this happened at 9:40. On the back end, you getting that Jay-Z on the under. They telling you fuck off. We're not giving you shit. So you turn around, you amend it, you throw Jay-Z in there. Okay. And then you clean up those. You clean up what you thought where you fucked up at. Okay, you took the time out, you changed the story up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Overall, it's still the meat and potatoes are the same. You know what I'm saying? You then, excuse me, you then go to NBC. You have your turn. I mean, your client right there. She's telling us that there's inconsistencies, and we like, okay, then we're hit with 2 bombshells that day. This motherfucker from the South, and then wait, she autistic. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Jay-Z lawyer then has a press conference and just shoots all of that shit out the fucking water. Shoots it all out the water. The judge gets on Jay-Z head and his lawyer. Stop filing these motions and all that shit. My nigga, I do shit when I want to. Y'all don't tell me what to do. All that. Bam. Then what happens is, you know, Tony Buzbee, after the NBC shit, after all the inconsistencies, Jay-Z lawyer tell him, look, you got to fill out this. We need this affidavit, whatever the fuck it was. Tony Buzbee failed a response. Bam. And then yesterday, the judge grants them the right and just to, they can file for the dismissal. They can file the motion, And the last thing that we saw Tony Buzbee tell the judge, I believe was January 30th, December 30th, was I recommend something like that you don't let them you deny their right to file this motion. Well, she did. She filed the goddamn, she's letting them file the motion and shit like that. Now here we are today. Buzbee is talking to goddamn Newsweek about how he had 5 lawyers talking to her and all of this and all of that. And I think if you had any type of smoking gun, just like who is it, the Lil Rob case, and they suit, they had evidence in it. They had pictures, they had this, they had that, they had stuff in there. It's looking like you're not even about to make it to be able to present shit. It don't even look like you're gonna make it to that part of discovery due to all the bullshit we got to go through just to get to court. Your shit is not even making it into court. They say Jay-Z lawyers playing dirty. I think he's just playing like a lawyer. That's what lawyers do. They play dirty. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty world. You understand? He's protecting his client. He's working for his client. He's working for his money. I just don't understand where this smoking gun is coming from. I don't understand because I wouldn't have, unless he's Tony Buzbee is just the smartest nigga in the world. I don't know.
So let me give y'all an explanation. Guys who did detective work in the police department, after they retire or they finish their job, they may go do side work like this for lawyers because they have that investigative background on them. You understand? So now lawyers will contract these guys when they have big cases to go do these type of investigations. And guess what? The judge will take these people's word because these people, if their records are clean and stuff like that when they were working, and if they had great reputations, they will become what are better witnesses than people who actually were professionals investigating these type of things. So when Tony Buzbee said this last night, that he thinks all these people are crazy thinking he didn't screen this girl. He said this client was screened by at least 5 lawyers. She underwent a background check. They had a seasoned investigator, an ex-cop check key points of her claim. So when he said that last night, I immediately thought to that first press conference when he went out and showed against Diddy, and he said that he was going to bring all these celebrities and all these entities into this too. I remember what he said. Now, here's another thing you guys forgot that I think everybody underestimated Tony Buzbee. This is why I said I never underestimate that cat. Because I think it was Ray J who had came out and said that celebrities were, Tony Buzbee had already came out, and they already said that they had settled. Some celebrities were calling to settle their cases with Tony Buzbee. They already made some settlements. That was reported in TMZ. So Tony Buzbee is this lying, shakedown lawyer. How could he have so many celebrities that are already settled?
We don't know that.
Made me
We
think,
don't know the celebrities, bro.
right? I'm trying to remember that was Ray J said. I got to go back and listen to that video. But I'm gonna try to listen to what Tony said.
Videos, texts. We check venues. We check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the
And notice one thing. This is the one thing that I thought about that I want everybody to think about listening to this video. Everything that Alex Spiro came back and went hard at Tony Buzbee on. The location. There is no house. The limousine. All these different things. Tony Buzbee, he said, okay. He just was quiet about that. I mean,
I'm reading on what he just said about these celebrities have privately settled. Let me see the source, because I ain't running with anything, bro. Hold on, let me see.
made me think. I was like, why ain't Tony Buzbee hit back at this dude? It was like, he just been quiet about that. Like he knows something that he got in his back pocket.
He gotta have
it's like
something.
He's trying.
Bro.
Like I thought about this show. I really had to think about this. I sat down like for hours just thinking, like, yo, what is he doing? Because I know he ain't stupid. I think what Tony Busby's doing, y'all. I think Tony Buzbee threw some bait out there. And I think that he's just seasoning. He's seasoning the meat before he put it in the oven. That's all I think he's doing, man. That's all I think he's doing, man. He's seasoning the meat before he put it in the oven.
All right, to what you just said, though, bro. We got this big power play on the line, bro. Big power play. We got 2 black billionaires. One of them locked up in the feds right now. Other one, he's loose, right? So I'm about to keep playing these goddamn games. I'm fit to keep rubbing and marinating this meat and seasoning the meat and all this shit, though, and play. When the judge just granted this nigga the right to file this motion, I'm going to keep playing. And all he got to do is say something to goddamn Newsweek afterwards. Not a letter to the judge, not this, not nothing else. Newsweek. Newsweek, my nigga. You want to keep seasoning me. You keep fucking around, you ain't gonna even make it to court. They find it, I'm telling you, they're going through this shit with a fine-tooth comb. They finding every technicality they can. That's how he got Alec Baldwin off, on technicality. So you gonna keep playing? Man, you better hurry up and show what the fuck you got. You better hurry up and stop playing, my boy.
That's all I think he's doing, man.
Seasoning the meat.
Because I think, and I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, I think Tony Buzbee, I think he went right for big dogs. Because he felt like, if I go at big dogs, because peep this now, all these other.
Did you know that one commercial real estate deal can completely change your life? Unlike other investments, all
lawyers have basically backed down and watched Tony Buzbee take the reins in this thing. Tony Busby's working with like 80 lawyers, 90 lawyers, but they've all took a back seat Normally, in a case like this, Gloria Allred would be out here in the front. Gloria Allred somewhere in the background chilling, just watching this play. I think they all said, you know what, Tony, we're gonna jump on your back on this one. You take the lead on this one. That's what I personally think is going on. And I think that Tony Buzbee is letting this be the calm before the storm, because I think what he's going to try to do is that if he gets this case pushed through, I think he coming with a tsunami. Because remember, Jay-Z's lawyer already said himself that Tony Buzbee had planned to file multiple lawsuits, allegations against Jay-Z, not only youngins, but both female and male. But we haven't only seen but one. Everybody's trying to knock down this one. But where's the other ones Spiro was talking about? That's why I try to tell y'all. I think Buzbee sitting on this thing like, boy, because if you watch Buzbee, he chilling. He ain't worried about it. Man, this man mountain climbing, all kind of stuff. He chilling. I'm like, yo, he too calm, man. He knows something going on, man. I'm just trying to tell y'all, it's a lot of other lawyers that's too quiet right now, bro. Too quiet, man.
I wouldn't say just chilling like that, because just chilling when Jay-Z and them first came with the claims that, oh, you know, some of that female client that reached out to them and said Tony Buzbee was playing games, he turned around and did the same thing. He turned around and said, oh, it was the New York investigator niggas. They came, was trying to talk to his clients and all kind of shit like that. So Tony Buzbee just ain't chilling like you saying he is, though. Or maybe he chilling too fucking much. He missed that deadline and didn't respond to what he was supposed to respond to. Maybe he chilling too much. You know what I'm saying? But Tony Buzbee, he that's why he went on NBC with the girl, though, because he listened to that shit. He said, this shit don't make no sense. We got to go out to the public and say she autistic and say, look, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's gonna be some inconsistencies. She, you know what I'm saying? She got special needs. That saved his ass in the whole matter. Okay, bam. Now we got some more shit to go fight with, though. You know what I'm saying? Now that buy us some time and we got some shit to fight with. Alex Spiro do a long ass press conference and really just broke down everything. The man has yet to respond to that. So I'm with you on this, TicketTV. I'm with you on this, far as, hey, he gotta have something. He have to have something to be fucking up the way he is right now. Because right now he fucking up.
These lawyers talk too. They talk too. Me personally, I have no evidence of this, but I think that they're all watching Tony Buzbee take this one, because nobody has dared do this like this in the industry ever. You ain't never seen nobody go like this at them big dogs ever. So they all sitting back, in my opinion, looking at Tony like, damn, is he really gonna pull this off? And that's why when he said that he had 5 lawyers that screened this girl, he said she underwent the background check. He had a seasoned investigator and an ex-cop. I instantly remember when he said that he had the officer from the special investigation unit, the investigator. So who's more qualified than that when he goes into court and he presents this evidence and say, well, Your Honor, we had former police officer, special investigator of this unit, blah, 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 blah. You can look at his background. You can look at his history. You can look at his record. He investigated this case and this is what he found. Can we allow him to approach?
The only thing that's going to be a slam dunk is 2 things. If they got celebrity B to come out and say something and you know, corroborate this story, or they got DNA evidence. If they got DNA evidence, Jay-Z is fucking cooked. He's fucking cooked. Straight up. If they say she ran, she was naked, running with the little dress, and it's something on the dress or something like that, he's cooked. He's done. Stick a fork in him. Other than that, her friend that dropped her off is dead. What else we got? What else we got?
And then he approaches the stand and then he gives his analysis on what he discovered through his investigation. I'm telling y'all, I've seen this play. I've seen this too many times in court. I've seen it too many times in court.
Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department who is helping us vet each claim.
If all Tony Buzbee is going off as her story, and then these other lawyers, they want to sit, they're going to be the witness to testify to that's the story she gave us, and this, and she was this, and if that's all they got, they gonna lose, bro. They gonna lose like that. If you go just off her story, they gonna lose, bro.
We're using our common sense. We're being stringent because, as I said, these are not easy cases. They're very tough. The process is hard, and in some cases, the process is very lengthy. These cases are hard to prove. Many times, it's the victim's word against the alleged perpetrator. Each of these victims will no doubt be publicly attacked by the alleged perpetrators, and in some cases, the general public. The feckless and cowardly keyboard warriors love to attack. We know what we're up against. We did not enter this fray blindly. I wish it was my last such fray. I wish this type of hate behavior wasn't so pervasive. But it is what it is, so we will press on.
And I got to say this. For everybody who don't understand what the stakes are, let me tell y'all something. It's all on the line for Jay-Z, yo. It's all on the line for Jay-Z. Jay-Z is fighting the biggest fight that he's ever had in his entire life.
Without a doubt.
If Jay-Z loses this case, Jay-Z loses everything.
It's over.
If Jay-Z loses this case, he doesn't just lose the case. He loses everything. He's going to lose endorsements. He's probably going to lose Beyonce. He's going to lose most of his support like Diddy did.
Yeah, it's over for him.
And the biggest thing is that if he loses this, then you never know what them alphabet boys is thinking about. You know? There's everything on the wood for Jay-Z right here, bro. It's all on the wood, bro. That's why they going so hard. He have to get this case dismissed, or he have to, if it go to court, he have to win this case. And then if Tony Buzbee brings another one, he have to get that dismissed and have to win that case.
But this is the thing, you know, my boy. All right, you just said everything on the line. I threw all my chips on the table. I'm all in. I'm all in, right? Before Jay-Z was named in this, he was warned. They'd warned Jay-Z, hey, want to have a conversation. Jay-Z took all his chips and threw them on the table. He threw all the chips on the table after being warned. Now, check this out. Check this out. I ain't no motherfucking Jay-Z. I don't know. But that man know what the fuck he did, and that man know what the fuck he didn't do. And that man know what the fuck he got to lose. If you know you did some shit like that, I'm not depending on my motherfucking lawyer. I'm finna depend on this motherfucking lawyer to shut your motherfucking mouth up, and you gotta settle. But if you know you ain't did this motherfucking shit, let's go through this. Let's go to war. If you know you ain't did this shit and I'm not about to settle for shit, if you know that in your heart of heart that you ain't did no shit like that, oh, we got to go. I went to trial back in 05, 06. They, just take 19 years. We got to go to trial. We're going to trial. Not taking 19 years. I'm not taking no motherfucking 19 years. I just be getting out. Nah. So if you know in your heart of hearts what you did and what you didn't do, you're going to gamble a certain way. And he was warned. That's all I got to say to that.
It's all on the line, bro. All on the line. I'm talking about this all on the line. All the money is on the wood right now, bro. I'm talking about this is the biggest fight he has ever been through in his entire life. Trust what I'm telling y'all this. You seen it. You saw it with Diddy. Diddy lost it all pretty much in 2 months. Y'all saw it right here. The day before we heard about the allegations from Cassie, we didn't hear anything about Diddy and this type of stuff. The day after Cassie came out with those allegations and Diddy settled and put out that statement, and everybody demonized Cassie, said that she was lying and she used him and blah, blah, blah. And Diddy didn't do any of those things to her. And then that tape dropped. Out of nowhere, that tape dropped.
Guys, I'm about to cash a check for $180,000 and get my entire car loan paid off. I'm getting all.
I pray to God it ain't no tape in this situation. I pray to God, bro. And I swear I do, bro. I swear I do, bro. And now they talking about Shannon Sharp is preparing possibly to do another interview with Cat Williams. And you know that interview is going to break the last interview because of what happened last year. And that's going to probably be the most watched interview of all time. It's going to break Shannon Sharp's old interview on YouTube. And that's going to break the new record. And that's going to be the new all-time record. Because you know Shannon Sharp's going to ask him these questions about all this stuff that's going on.
It is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide.
Crazy.
The conduct at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way till this year, 2024. If you wonder why there are so many alleged victims, that's your answer. We're talking about more than 25 years of this type of conduct. Now, although most of the victims who have stepped forward were victimized after 2015, this has been going on for a very long time.
Let me answer the question to that brother that's in the comment section. I think you guys, you're asking good questions, but this is the reason why I think that we should all listen and all pay attention to each other. Now, you said, and I'm trying to find your comment, you said that Tony Buzbee has 100 lawsuits. So why is he holding them? Because Moneyball, I'm going to tell you why Tony Buzbee is holding a lot of these lawsuits. Because he will tell you, as I will let this play, in that original interview that he did at press conference, the reason why is because he has still privately been negotiating with some of the other people who he would include in these lawsuits. So when you're still in negotiations with other people, he may not want to drop that lawsuit right then, because he may have to go back, and he may not want to have to go back and amend the lawsuit like he did now.
100 cases, and we only focusing on one. Nah, at least 2 or 3 will be out. At least 2 or 3. And you pretty much trying to say these is your main suspects right here. At least 2 or 3 cases to be out. You trying to see how you gonna do on this one, man.
Right? See what I'm saying? So when you look at all those other lawsuits, he told you it's a whole lot of other co-conspirators. So before he drops those lawsuits, he's probably going to say, hey, look, what do you guys want to do? You guys are, you've been named. We've had this or this type of evidence to put you in this situation. What do y'all want to do? So he could be talking with their legal team and trying to get all that stuff ironed out. That stuff takes time, dog. For sure, he could probably just come out and say, you know what? F it, I'm going to drop the lawsuit right now. But he wouldn't be doing his due diligence if he did. That's why I told y'all it's common practice to do a demand letter, because a demand letter only asks for mediation to see if we can quietly resolve this issue outside of court. Because if that's the case, he could just take it right to court and say, I'm going to file a lawsuit right now tomorrow and put your name out there. So it's called just giving them an opportunity. And some people, they're in negotiations behind the scenes. This person says, did she go to the hospital? No, we don't know if she went to the hospital or not, because Tony Buzbee says that 50% of his people have notes from the hospital.
Man, she didn't ask about 50% of the people. She said, did she go to the hospital? Come on, bruh. Did she go to the hospital?
Because Tony Buzbee says that 50% of his people have notes from the hospital, have doctor's notes, and have medical records. So you don't know if she went to the hospital or not, because they hasn't been presented in court yet, because they haven't had a court date yet to go to court.
So Tony Buzbee took her up there, and her daddy said he don't remember. Tony Buzbee took her up to NBC, and her daddy said, I don't remember that shit though, straight up. He don't remember.
So Augustine Adonis, bro, don't say dumb shit if you don't know the answer, sir. You ain't got the answer, Sway.
Well, actually, Augustine was asking a question.
Court etiquette before you just come in here saying anything. Adonis, 50% of his people have notes from the hospital, have doctor's notes, and have medical records. So you don't know if she went to the hospital or not, because they hasn't been presented in court yet, because they haven't had a court date yet to go to court. So Augustine Adonis, bro, don't say dumb shit if you don't know the answer, sir.
Evidently, if they're asking a question, you see question marks follow behind. Did she go to the hospital? No. Question marks. Fuck out of here. Because I think besides all that Jumbotron shit, all that shit she talk about, talking to goddamn Benji Madden and all that shit, I think she would have mentioned going to the fucking hospital.
You ain't got the answer, Sway. Learn court etiquette before you just come in here saying anything, because you make yourself sound stupid when you say stuff like that, dog. Use your brains. Did she go to the hospital? How you gonna know what Tony Buzbee has as far as evidence until the case goes to court? You're not listening. That's when you bring out other evidence that you may not have brought out now.
They asked the question.
Because what you do is you get the other side on the record, right? And this person says, why you coming at him for a question? Because he told me to get the F out of here, nigga. That's why. So now I'm gonna block you.
Nah, that was
for
more
putting your nose
that was
in grown folks' business, point blank, period. You understand what I'm saying?
That was more of a
period.
Fuck out of here.
He says, "Oh, you just mad? You'll never be them." Oh no, I never want to be them. Matter of fact, I thank God I'm not them. I thank God I'm not them. I would never want to be them. I thank God I'm not them, bro. I thank God I'm not them, bro. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that to you right now, Augustine. Now you are the weakest link. Goodbye, sucker. You are the weakest link, sucker. Goodbye.
Hey, why niggas be getting mad when niggas be commenting shit though, bro? That's what I don't get though, bro. Nigga can get on this motherfucker and say whatever they want. I ain't gonna block you though and all that though. Why niggas be getting mad at that? Cause the nigga questioning what you saying, cause somebody trying to use their little brain on you. Why niggas getting mad at that?
Goodbye.
Real shit, bro.
When you think about the fact that some of this conduct occurred 25 years ago, and you wonder why would it take somebody so long to step forward, I want to remind you that many states in the United States have recognized that it's very difficult for a victim to step forward and to make these types of allegations when something very terrible has happened to them. I'll use New York, the state of New York, as an example. The state of New York has specific statutes in place that revive claims that are even claims that would typically be not able to be brought, that it revives such claims and they can be brought even 25 to 30 years later. Because there's a recognition there in New York and California and other states that it's very difficult for a victim to come forward. And I would respectfully suggest the only reason many of these people are coming forward because they see other victims coming forward. And it gives them some comfort that, hey, I won't be the only one. And I expect more victims will come forward. You know, there's an old saying that says, a lie has great speed, but truth be not able to be brought. Recognized that it's very difficult. Recognition there in New York and California and other states that it's very difficult for a victim to come forward. And I would respectfully suggest the only reason many of these people are coming forward because they see other victims coming forward.
They coming forward because they see other victims coming forward towards a nigga that gave up $30 million the next day after somebody threatened to go public. After somebody went public about some goddamn allegations, they settled the next day for $30 million. So now, hey, you know what? Let's go forward. Let's go forward. And I don't mean no disrespect to real victims out there. It's people that's really going through shit. No disrespect to y'all.
And it gives them some comfort that, hey, I won't be the only one. And I expect more victims will come forward. You know, there's an old saying that says, a lie has great speed, but truth has endurance. The acts complained of in these cases that we're going to file occurred primarily in New York, either Manhattan or the Hamptons, or occurred in California, primarily in Los Angeles, or in Florida, primarily in Miami. Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, typically after parties.
Like the video.
Or album release parties, New Year's Eve parties, 4th of July parties.
So he's telling y'all right there.
15 people in the building. Like the video. Like the video.
He's telling y'all right there where some of these things happen. Straight like that. Right? So he's already told y'all some of these things, but he didn't go in full detail. He didn't give you like the evidence and stuff like that. He just gave you the general nature of what he's going to be, you know, filing.
Something they called a puppy party, all-white party.
Now, how you think he learned about that? Who the hell calls something a puppy party? Come on, man. What we doing, man? What we doing? How do a lawyer like that just come up and make up those terms? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Hey, this nigga, hey, bro. Yeah, hey, like I said though, bro, I ain't gonna never be that good at YouTube, bro. These niggas is good, bro. And it don't even sound like he said puppy. It sound like he said puffy. Let me see.
Who the hell calls something a puppy party? Come on, man. What we doing, man? What we doing?
Parties, either Manhattan or the Hamptons, or occurred in California, primarily in Los Angeles, or in Florida, primarily in Miami. Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, typically after parties, or album release parties, New Year's Eve parties, 4th of July parties.
So he's telling y'all right there. You know what I'm saying? He's telling y'all right there where some of these things happen. Straight like that. Right? So he's already told y'all some of these things, but he didn't go in full detail. He didn't give you like the evidence and stuff like that. He just give you the general nature of what he's going to be, filing.
Something they called a puppy party, the all-white party.
Now, how you think he learned about that?
He said puppy.
Who the hell calls something a puppy party? Come on, man.
He said puppy party. What y'all over there doing?
What we doing, man? What we doing? How do a lawyer like that just come up and make up those terms? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How do a lawyer come up and say, hey, man, yeah, man, they call some of these things puppy parties? Huh? Where they get that at?
I mean, well, he got the burden to prove that it was a puppy party. I don't know, but the burden is on him to prove that.
Where they get that at?
I ain't never heard of it. Fuck y'all over there doing with the puppies. Nah, fuck all that. What y'all doing with them puppies, my nigga?
I'm asking y'all a question.
A goddamn puppy party? Nah, now.
Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, typically after parties, or album release parties, New Year's Eve parties, 4th of July parties, something they called a puppy party, the all-white party. Although several of these events occurred at auditions. Many times, especially young people wanting to break into the industry, were coerced into this type of conduct in the promise of being made a star, or in the promise of having Sean Combs listen to their tape, or even let them read for Sean Combs. You should know that some of this behavior occurred at well-known venues in New York City. Some of this behavior occurred at private residences of people that we all know. Some of this behavior occurred at hotels that we're all familiar with. You should know that more than 55% of the victims filed reports.
Let me repeat that again. Because, see, this is the part people forgot. They didn't listen to this. Oh, Tony Buzbee just out here talking shit. No. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Like the video.
Let me put some pimping in it. In the words of the great Cat Williams. Let's go back to this right now. How many did he say file reports? 55. Now listen to this right now, because y'all didn't hear this. He said this from day one.
They occurred at hotels that we're all familiar with. You should know that more than 55% of the victims filed reported this conduct to either the authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals. We're in the process of collecting with our team assistants medical records who did in fact seek medical treatment, were drug tested, and drugs were found in their system, weird drugs.
So they have drug tests, medical records, police records. I mean, y'all said that, hey, man, these people just lying, making up shit. If they got records, you can't argue that. If they went and had actual reports, you cannot, there's no way you can get around and argue that.
Now, if the girl in the Jay-Z and the Diddy shit went to the hospital, if they playing this big old game like the daddy, like I don't remember and shit like that, because the daddy did not say he didn't remember in court documents. He said he didn't remember on NBC. So if they double back and my daughter told me this when we got up in the car, I took her to the hospital, bam, they got some DNA on that joint. It's over for them niggas.
If they did that at the time.
You probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a drug called xylazine, or trank, which, based on our research, is known as a horse tranquilizer. Now, there's been a lot of reports that we're filing a class action. This is not a class action.
No, why would they say that? Why would he say that about those drinks? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Can we? Can we? He said that there was some substance that was found as these people did drug tests, right, in their system. And he said what that substance name was. All right?
Come on, my nigga, go.
Do y'all know that? I'm asking y'all a question. So all this stuff I think is going, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is. You know what I mean?
Like the video.
Now let's keep going.
Bruh trying to make sense of like some shit. Hey, am I saying like out of all them people, everybody lying? Hell no. Hell no. Y'all got puppy parties and shit going on. You niggas is weird. You niggas is weird as fuck. Some goddamn puppy party. My only thing, cause I ain't report on no other cases going on out here. None of that shit though. My only shit is this particular case, and nothing is adding up to me. Still, I'm not gonna have a smoking gun and wait to the chance where this shit damn near fits to get through out. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near about to get through out, and I got a smoking gun. You might not even make it to that part. What the fuck is you sitting around here playing games for? Nigga, you too old for that shit, nigga. You playing games. So I ain't covered no other case, but I'm just saying, as far as this case, this shit ain't making no sense though, bro. Like I was saying last night, Puff been on some freak bullshit. It's hard. Like how a nigga gonna defend him? You know what I'm saying? But far as this case right here though, I ain't feeling Buzbee, my nigga. Buzbee he just ain't doing what they say he doing, my nigga. It just ain't.
Action. Class actions when one or two people file a case on behalf.
Let me fast forward something, bro.
Find the lowest priced health plans at healthforcalifornia.com.
All right.
Were involved.
Hey, where the chat at though, man? We got 11 people up in the building, man. And that's crazy. I only got 18 likes. Y'all don't fuck with me like y'all be saying y'all do. Like the video. Like the video. And I know it's some niggas on here. I know it's people I know in this motherfucker personally. Ain't liking the video. Ain't saying nothing. Man, come on, bro. Like the video. What y'all feel about the situation? It's Tony Buzbee whooping feet. What's going on? Talk to me.
In the case. Each case may be filed in one venue like California. Another case may be filed in New York. One case may sue just Sean Combs, but multiple other people. One case may sue a range of people.
Oh.
May be filed in one venue like California. Another case may be filed in New York. One case may sue just Sean Combs, but multiple other people. One case may sue a range of people.
That's the reason why. When y'all ask questions, this stuff has already been said. The information has already been put out there for y'all. But y'all didn't want to hear this. The man said with a straight face, he said, some will sue one and the others will sue a range of people. Once again, you understand what I'm saying? Excuse me, sir. They do not want to group those cases, sir. Tony Buzbee doing these individual cases, he's going to cash out regardless. The man got 120 cases against Diddy alone. If Tony Buzbee win 10 of those cases, he's going to cash out.
Hell no, he don't want to group that shit together. Because if you group it all together and lose, you lost all of it. No, that nigga want individual payouts. Laura, what you talking about? They want to group those cases together so the lawyers could take 33% of all the money. Hell no. Okay, that's one time to lose. They know what the fuck they doing. They know what they doing. They ain't about to take no chance on no class action shit like that.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
No, he don't.
If Tony Buzbee goes and does a class action lawsuit, puts all these people in the same lawsuit and loses or gets it thrown out, he's gonna get more money doing individual lawsuits.
Same exact shit I just said. Come on, Lauro, you ain't on your shit, my nigga. You got one chance to lose doing that.
Because even let's say Tony Buzbee throws 120 lawsuits at Diddy, and let's say he wins 50 of those lawsuits. Shit, he all broke the bank. That's better in his side than taking one class action lawsuit and losing that lawsuit. Because each individual case will have different amounts of money that people are suing for. Like, for example, that dude that's locked up, he's suing Diddy for $400 million. The dude who said that he wants J-Lo to come be the witness. $400 million. Think about that. Right? So this is what I'm trying to. I think that y'all don't really be understanding different things, man.
I would expect most, though, to be filed, as I said, in New York and Los Angeles. Now, I know this. Many of you came here thinking or hoping or perhaps believing that I may start naming names. Well, that day will come, but it won't be today. The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that.
Now, let me say that again. See, this is why I knew Tony Buzbee had to be serious. When niggas said, oh, he a shakedown, he just talking trash, Ticket, he doing this, doing that. Listen to what Tony Buzbee said. He said, before I come out and say these other celebrities' names, I better be damn sure I know what I'm talking about. Let me repeat that part again.
It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're going to make damn sure that we're right before we do that.
Yeah, this shit's still not adding up, though, bro. I'm probably about to get up off this motherfucker, though. Y'all ain't fucking with me. I'm probably about to hop off, though. Hey, y'all have a blessed one, though, man. It's 887 Sinatra, the Bazza Child West Term, Baby BC, the Narrow, nigga. What? Ingen 0.